Okay, y'all. So I'm up here, man, with my homeboy and what's your name, bro?
Jeremy.
Jeremy and Bobby, man. Nice to meet you, bro. All right. So check it out, Jeremy and what's your name?
Cody.
And Cody. Look at what they
This
drive.
is the guy right here. Though.
Okay, this the man. What's your name, bro?
David.
David don't make you famous. I'm Bobby, man. So anyway, these are my new homeboys. They get white privilege. They ride around with a goddamn.
He said, how can y'all get away with this?
They got a fully fucking automatic machine.
Minigun.
We call them a minigun, but
yeah, we got the M60 right over there.
I got an mind you, if it was me and my homeboys, we would be under the prison. You know what I mean? Wow. Even the white people are in prison. Wow. Yeah. Look on the inside of this. Look at they ride, man. Look on the inside of these cats ride. Hey, bro, I'm impressed, man. I salute you, bro. This is crazy. I'm up here at my daddy, man. I came up here to the phone store. And this is what's going on. Wow.
Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekah Kodash, and a sincere salutations to the Tabernacle of David, you Akim, pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth in all truth, faith, and sincerity. And also a healthy shalom to the few Akwath who are listening and learning. And Lord's willing, this lesson be edifying unto the hopeful elect. I think I'm going to entitle this lesson something along the lines of 2/3 have no spider sense. Okay? 2/3 have no spider sense. 2/3 of Yasharala, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, have no spider sense. Your spider sense has been calcified. Okay? And when I speak of spider sense, let's get the overview, okay? It says spider sense is a fictional ability that allows Spider-Man to sense and react to danger before it happens. So in short, spider sense is an early warning system. Okay? You know, in the comics and the shows, they call it a tingle. Okay? A sixth sense, so to speak. Okay? A spiritual radar. Okay? A spiritual early warning system. And 2/3 of the nation of Yasharala do not have it. It's off. It's calcified. And that's going to lead me to my first precept, because in this, spiritual climate, or the climate in general that we're currently living in, okay, the last days of the last days, so much so that the beloved elder apostle, Tahar, coined it 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. Your spider sense should be on full gear, turned all the way up, okay? All the way up. And this was just not wise what this Jake was doing. So anyway, it reads Proverbs 27:12. It reads, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. And prudent meaning acting with or sharing care and thought for the future. And this was not a prudent thing to do. Okay, to walk up on an Edomite militia, so to speak, and inquire about their minigun and their Humvee. So a prudent, once again, Proverbs 27:12, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. But the simple pass on and are punished. The simple pass on and are punished. All right, because 2/3 of our nation have been in America, Babylon the Great, so long that they are just completely comfortable to the point where they believe that nothing can happen to them. You know, even with the climate being so detrimental to a person's health. And I can just only imagine the conversations that those Edomites were having in the Humvee on the ride home after they left that Jake. You know, I could just imagine. You know, he made a joke about white supremacy. Okay? No, I'm sorry, Salakia, white privilege. And they laughed, you know, because white privilege is a real thing. And if it wasn't, or if it didn't exist, the joke wouldn't have been funny. And they laughed about it, and Jake could, you know, Jake was just being Jake. And let me just play a quick clip.
I want every white person in this room who would be happy to be treated as this society in general treats our citizens, our black citizens. If you, as a white person, would be happy to receive the same treatment that our black citizens do in this society, please stand. You didn't understand the directions. If you white folks want to be treated the way blacks are in this society, stand. Nobody's standing here. That says very plainly that you know what's happening. You know you don't want it for you. I want to know why you're so willing to accept it or to allow it to happen for others.
And I played this clip simply to show proof that white privilege exists, and Edomites know that it exists. And it is part of the reason why these Edomites are going to fight for their country, man. Okay? All the talks of civil war, and we have to stand up and fight. Okay? They're fighting for their country. They're fighting for their white privilege. They're fighting for things to go back as they used to be in olden times.
I think it's a civil war. I truly do.
Really?
Yes, I think that's the only thing that's gonna bring America back together after this election if we lose.
That's an extraordinary, frightening prediction.
It is. I mean, but look back to back in the old days. That seemed to fix it the first time.
It's not what you want.
It's not what I want at all. But I mean, we're out of options.
Whether or not America's at stake. If we lose it, our country's going to hell.
Fed up with all the bull crap in politics, and we know that we need to have good, freedom-loving candidates in office.
And when they talk about civil war, they're not talking about Democrats versus Republicans. They're talking about so-called white men versus any minority moving. Okay? You know, remember Katrina? You remember what happened during Hurricane Katrina? You know, even in the movie Civil War, when the military soldier said, "What type of American are you?" And he put to death the two Asian American men. Zakar'Yah, spoiler alert. So this is what they mean when they say civil war. And like I said, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, your spider sense is so far, is just turned off that you can't even see it. But I know why. Because what do you have? Stockholm syndrome. And if you don't know what it is, I got the definition pulled up on the screen. It is a coping mechanism to a captive or abusive situation. You know, the captor falls in love with the captor. And what did the Lord say pertaining to Baruch? We are yet this day in our captivity. Your captor has made it so comfortable here and gave you little trinkets and gifts that you're to the point where you forgot about the type of cruel and brutal and nasty type of person that you're dealing with. But you're going to find out. You're soon to find out. Okay? You know, they made another statement in the clip when, you know, Jake was talking to the Edomites. He said, if me and my homeboys pulled up with this type of artillery in this vehicle, we'd be buried under the prison. And they had a real good chuckle. You know, truth is often funny when it comes to jokes and comedy. And little does that Jake know, that's one of the sign of the curses of the Lord's chosen people. This is Isaiah 42 and verse 22. It reads, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. We've been robbed and we've been spoiled. We've been taken from our homeland, and yet this day in our captivity. You know, what nation has been robbed and spoiled like Yasharala, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? And Jane Elliott, said it perfectly in this clip. She told the audience to stand up. Raise your hand if you would want to be treated like a so-called, black person. And nobody stood up. It reads, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth. Right, we're for a prey. That's why you can have Trayvons and George Floyds and so many others that you can put your knee on the neck of a man in broad daylight with cameras on you till he's dead, and nothing happens. That would never happen to an Asian person or Russian person because they're backed by a whole country. But us, we are yet this day in our captivity in the hands of our oppressors. It says, they are for a prey. Yeah, they hunt our steps. We are prey over here in America, Babylon the Great, and none delivereth. For a spoil, and none saith restore. You can't make this stuff up, man. And Let's get this. I didn't want to make this lesson long, but this is Luke chapter 12 and start at verse 54. And he said also to the people, when ye see a cloud rise out of the west, straightway ye say, there cometh a shower. And so it is. And when ye see the south wind blow, ye say, there will be heat, and it cometh to pass. Ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that ye do not discern this time? Right? Our people they don't discern the times that we're living in. It says perceive or recognize. They can't perceive or recognize the dangerous times that we're living in. They can't perceive or recognize that Esau, Edom, the so-called self-proclaimed white man, is still our enemy and still detrimental to our health. And he doesn't want anything good for the nation of Israel, of Yasharallah. They can't see. They don't have a spider sense, man. Okay? They don't have a spider sense. And what did the Lord say? He said, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. And our people are about to be punished severely, okay, by the hands of Esau, Edom, the so-called self-proclaimed white man. So I'm going to end it at that, man. You know, Lord's willingness was edifying unto the elect. You know, we're in a trying times. Keep your spider sense on, turned on high. You know, your early spiritual warning system as we maneuver through this tumultuous climate, man. So Lord's willingness was edifying. Shalom Israel, wa abad babal.